Life can feel chaotic, can't it? Like a ship on rough seas with no rudder, tossed about by forces we barely understand. We find ourselves asking, what's the right thing to do? How do I build strong relationships, find my purpose, shoulder the weight of responsibility? In the midst of this existential storm, clinical psychologist and best-selling author Jordan Peterson offers us a lifeline. His book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, isn't just another self-help book. It's a deep dive into the ancient wisdom of our ancestors, blended with modern psychology and Peterson's own unique insights. In this video, we're going to unpack the essence of Peterson's 12 rules. We'll explore their deeper meaning and see how they can be applied to the everyday chaos we all face. Because within these rules lies a path to a more meaningful, fulfilling life. This first rule might sound superficial, but it's anything but. It's about recognizing your own inherent value. You see, the world is a competitive place. Lobsters, those ancient creatures, have understood this for millennia. They physically puff themselves up to signal dominance. And humans, we're not so different. Our posture, our stance, it communicates volumes before we even utter a word. So stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. This isn't about arrogance, it's about claiming your space, owning your presence. It's a signal to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are worthy, capable, ready to face whatever comes your way. Think about it. How often do we neglect our own needs while bending over backwards for others? We make excuses, let things slide, accept mediocrity from ourselves, that is. But imagine if you treated yourself with the same care and compassion you would a loved one. Would you let them skip meals, neglect their health, wallow in self-pity? Of course not. You'd encourage their growth, celebrate their wins, offer a helping hand when they stumble. You deserve that same kindness. You are worthy of your own care and attention. We are profoundly shaped by the company we keep. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, who celebrate your victories and offer honest feedback when you falter. These are the relationships that nourish your soul. Just as importantly, be discerning about who you allow into your inner circle. Are there people in your life who drain your energy, who belittle your dreams, who hold you back? Remember, you teach people how to treat you. Choose your companions wisely. Chapter 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. The scourge of the 21st century, the endless scroll of curated perfection on our screens. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, to measure our own worth against the carefully constructed facades of others. But this is a recipe for misery. Instead, shift your focus inward. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, last week, last year. Are you making progress? Are you learning, growing, evolving? That's where true satisfaction lies, in the journey of self-improvement, not in the impossible pursuit of someone else's highlight reel. Chapter 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. This rule often sparks controversy, but it speaks to the heart of responsible parenting. It's not about being punitive, but about setting clear boundaries and expectations. Children crave structure even if they rail against it. It provides them with a sense of security, a framework within which to thrive. Think of it this way: would you let a loved one walk blindly towards danger? Of course not. Sometimes the most loving act is to say no, to enforce limits, to help our children develop into responsible, respectful, and resilient individuals. Chapter 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. It's easy to point fingers, to rail against injustice, to lament the state of the world. But before we cast stones, we must first examine our own reflection. Is our own house in order? Are we living in accordance with the values we preach? Start small, clean your room, organize your thoughts, take responsibility for your own actions. Only then can we begin to address the larger issues with clarity and integrity. Remember, change starts at home. What's that? Chapter 7. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification, but true fulfillment doesn't come from chasing fleeting pleasures or taking the easy way out. It comes from aligning ourselves with something larger than ourselves, something that gives our lives purpose and direction. This might mean choosing the path less traveled, embracing challenges, and persevering through setbacks. It won't always be easy, but the pursuit of meaning is what makes the struggle worthwhile. It's what gives our lives depth and significance. Chapter 8. Honesty is the bedrock of any healthy relationship, both with ourselves and with others. Lies, even small ones, erode trust and create a web of deceit that can be difficult to untangle. Living truthfully requires courage. It means confronting uncomfortable realities, admitting our shortcomings, and speaking our minds even when our voice trembles. But the reward is a clear conscience, authentic connections, and the freedom that comes from living in alignment with our values. Chapter 9. In our rush to be heard, we often forget the art of truly listening. We approach conversations with preconceived notions, ready to interject our own opinions rather than genuinely absorbing the perspectives of others. But every person we encounter holds a universe of experiences, knowledge, and insights. Approach each interaction with curiosity, with a willingness to learn. You might be surprised by the wisdom you uncover in the most unexpected places. Chapter 10. Be precise in your speech. Words have power. They have the power to build bridges, to inspire action, to heal old wounds. But they also have the power to mislead, to confuse, to inflict pain. Strive for clarity in your communication. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Define your terms, articulate your thoughts, and don't be afraid to ask for clarification when needed. Precision in language leads to precision in thought and action. Chapter 11. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. This rule, on the surface light-hearted, speaks to the importance of allowing for risk and resilience. We live in a world obsessed with safety, with shielding ourselves and our children from every potential harm. But within struggle lies growth. When we allow ourselves to take risks, to stumble and fall, we develop the strength and resilience to navigate the inevitable challenges life throws our way. So let children climb trees, scrape their knees, and yes, even skateboard. Let them learn, adapt, and grow through experience. Chapter 12. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Life can be brutal. We face setbacks, disappointments, and heartaches. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the weight of it all, to lose sight of the beauty that still exists in the world. This final rule is a reminder to find moments of joy in the everyday, to appreciate the simple things, to practice gratitude, to find solace in the unexpected. Pet the cat, savor the sunset, share a laugh with a friend. These small acts of kindness and connection are what make life worth living. Outro: living a more meaningful life. Jordan Peterson's 12 rules aren't a prescription for perfection, nor are they meant to be followed dogmatically. They are, however, a call to action, a roadmap to navigating the complexities of life with courage, integrity, and a commitment to personal responsibility. These rules challenge us to choose structure over chaos, truth over comfort, and meaning over ease. They remind us that we are not passive passengers in our own lives, but active agents capable of shaping our destinies. So as you reflect on these rules, ask yourself, am I living in a way that aligns with my values? Am I striving to be a better version of myself? Am I contributing to a world that I want to live in? These are the questions that lead to a more meaningful, fulfilling life.